Hello this afternoon. My thought for the day, a little bit late than usual, but I copped a little bit of home flack for my last comment, or should I say my last video. Those that must be obeyed often sometimes disagree with what I might have to say, but for the same reasons that we as foreigners living in a foreign land often are misunderstood in the purpose or the desire to get feedback and ideas from other people. Not always do they have to follow the letter of the law, so to speak. It often is referring to comments and impressions that one gets from other people. These other people may be people that you bump into, there may be people that you have minor conversations with. We as humans can always get the wrong end of the stick. But of course, like with every bed, there are a few bugs. And of course, a few have come out of the woodwork to suggest that I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe. But maybe the things that they have to suggest is really a little bit childish and not necessarily relevant. The laws, as they apply in all countries, are varied and very complicated in many ways. But here in the Philippines especially, a lot of laws may well be on statutes, and they may well be in place. But often, many of them, like overseas, are not necessarily brought to bear. And what I'm meaning is that there are laws in relation to property, there are laws in relation to behaviour, there are laws in relation to traffic rules. Not all are followed to the letter. We only have to look at some of the places outside of Manila where you'll see motorbikes with maybe up to 6 or 7 people on board. And in some places these are legal. They're almost a form of a taxi. But also here in Luzon, you may also come across double yellow lines that people think look very pretty on a road, but they don't necessarily follow the rules. The rules are in place, no overtaking. And also wearing a helmet on a motorbike. Why? Safety mainly. Second reason, it's the law. But is it followed? Not all the time. So when we have conversations about different things that we foreigners come across that we find a little puzzling, you must bear with me that those with the know, the legal expertise, will always pop up and give their advice, and in many cases it's very helpful. That's the whole purpose of having a channel, so those that have the knowledge. But we equally need to be aware that there are some people out there that think they know the law better than even an attorney. And unless it comes from an attorney, it's always best to be guided by doing due diligence and making sure that if there is something that's legal or bothering you, that it's whether or not it is legal, it's always best to go to a lawyer, go and ask the professional, and don't rely upon necessarily that of a Filipino blogger or necessarily a foreign blogger. We don't know everything, and I don't purport to be the master of everything, but I do hope that when you watch my videos, be it the thought for the day or some of the more lighter subjects, that you take on board that it is a guide. It's almost like a guide to, what do they used to call it? Guide to the galaxy or something. Well, the galaxy is the Philippines. And we just hope that if you are coming here, that you take on board many of the little things that you have to have in the back of your mind to survive here. Because it's a great place to retire and a great place to live. And there's some beautiful ladies, of course, as well. But of course, they're fraught with danger on occasion, and we have to be aware of some of the pitfalls that we may come across. whether it be setting up a home for them, buying land with them, buying cars. When I first came here, I was told, oh, a foreigner, you can't own a car. Oh, yes, you can. And you can own it in your own name. Now, when you depart or when you go, it goes to whom you decided it was to go to. And in most cases, I believe it would end up with the woman that you've chosen, because I would think that you would have put in place some way of keeping her name on the title as well, of the ownership. So when you go, at least one of the owners is still there, and that's you. But I do know for almost 100% fact that anything that you've acquired with your partner over the period of at least 6 months is equally shared amongst the two of you. And I do believe also there are provisions within the law here to ensure that fathers of Filipinos, especially foreigners, are made to at least attempt to provide some sort of ongoing support for their child. It may not be totally in law, but it should be, because overseas you have to front up with your responsibilities. And one would hope that there are maybe unwritten rules. After all, you need permission to leave, remember? If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. And maybe we can beat the 2,000 whatever views on this one too. I hope it's not too much of a hot potato. Bye now.